Good morning, boys and girls. Happy Wednesday. It is so nice to get to read with you all again today. Today we have the book Renee Has Two Last Names, and it goes into the theme of identity and what his two last names mean to him. I don't know about you, but I only have one last name, so this book is particularly interesting to me because it makes me wonder why he might have two last names and what it might mean to him. As we read, I want you to get comfy and I want you to think about what your last name might mean to you and what it might symbolize for your family. For me, the last name Shivak is Polish, so that I know I have family that comes from Poland. But I also know that I have a lot of Russian in me. I've got a lot of German in me. I got some English in me. So, um, you know, your last name isn't the only thing that defines you, but it does help me just remember that where I come from. And for Renee, it certainly helps him remember where he comes from. Let's read to find out, and I hope you have a comfy seat. Please enjoy. Renee Has Two Last Names by Renee Collado Lainez, and illustrations by Fabiola Grayera Ramirez. On the first day at my new school, my teacher, Miss Soraya, gave me a sticker that said Renee Collado. The sticker was missing my second last name. Maybe Miss Soraya's pen ran out of ink. I took my pencil and added it. Now it looked right. Renee Collado Lainez. In El Salvador, I wrote my name on my homework, my books, and my birthday party invitations. Renee Collado Lainez was a happy song that made me dance to the rhythms of the cha-cha-cha. But in the United States, the song lost the guiros, maracas, and drums. Why does my name have to be different here? So I can use my context clues and figure out that guiros maracas must be some sort of instrument because they put them in a list of guiros, maracas, and drums. At my desk, I wrote my name on a piece of paper. When I wrote Collado, I saw my grandparents Renee and Amelia singing with me. When I wrote Lainez, I saw my grandparents Angela and Julio dancing with me. Renee Collado looked incomplete. It was like a hamburger without the meat, or pizza without the cheese, or a hot dog without the wiener. Yuck! During recess, I played soccer with my classmates. A boy looked at my sticker and asked, "What is your name?" "Renee Collado Lainez," I told him. "That's a long dinosaur name," he laughed. "Your name is longer than an anaconda," another boy giggled. "It's a blue whale from head to tail," said the goalie. Oh boy, René doesn't look very happy that they're making fun of his last name. And we know better than to laugh and make fun of somebody. I wonder how Renee will handle it. At home, while I was eating a cheese pupusa and drinking horchata, I told my parents, in school, they call me Renee Collado, not Renee Collado Lainez. That's too bad, Mama said. Lainez is a fine last name. Don't worry, son. Lainez is in your heart, Papa said. You're right, I said, and I took another bite from my pupusa. So pupusa is a meal, it's a dish from El Salvador, and horchata is like milk with spices. In the summer, it's served cool. That night, I dreamed that my last name was Lainez. My last name, Lainez, had disappeared from my life. I was left alone with my papa and my relatives from my father's side. He looked everywhere, but Mama was not in the dining room helping me with homework. Abuela Angela was not in the kitchen making my favorite chocolate. Abuelo Julio was not on the patio fixing my bike. When I woke up, I said, I cannot lose Lainez again. At school, Miss Soraya said, "We are going to start a new project, a family tree. Be creative and have fun." I remember my family trees in El Salvador. We had a mango and an avocado tree, I said. Rene Colado, the trees I am talking about are your family and relatives, Miss Soraya said. And I don't know if you guys have ever done a family tree, but a family tree is not so much as a tree, even though you could certainly depict it that way, you can certainly show it that way, but it starts with you and your siblings on the bottom, and then on the next layer, your parents and your aunts and uncles, and then on the next layer, your grandparents and their siblings, and then on the next layer, your great grandparents, and then your great great grandparents, and it goes on and on and on, and it shows your whole family history and how you got to be you. So now Renee has to make one for his family. That evening, I opened a chest filled with family photographs. I found pictures of Abuela Angela. Mama told me that my grandmother used to dance in fairs and fiestas. Papa showed me a picture of when he was young. He had long, straight hair and was holding a clay pot. I know what I will do for my school project, I said. On Saturday, Papa and I made copies of the pictures. Mama helped me find leaves for my tree. I used large pieces of paper, paints, and crayons. Soon I had a family tree, and it was as big as me. Oh boy. Renee's room looks like my room when I do a project. Papers everywhere, pencils all around, pictures, glue. Goodness, we have that in common. Hopefully he'll clean it up so his mom doesn't get upset at him. On Monday, we presented our family trees. When it was my turn, I took a deep breath and walked to the front of the class. I am René Collado Lainez. Collado comes from Italy and Lainez from Spain, but I was born in El Salvador. I taped my family tree on the board for everyone to see. You can see the Collado side and the Lainez side. And we're going to be talking about the Collados first. At this school, everyone calls me René Collado. I pointed to my first last name. The last name Collado comes from Papa's family. Abuela Amelia is a potter. She molds clay to make delicate pots. Abuelo René is a farmer. He plants and harvests fruits and vegetables. He takes care of his plants all year long and never gives up. I pointed to my second last name. Lainez is my second last name, and it comes from Mama's family. Abuelo Julio is a poet. He recites wonderful poems and tells great stories. Abuela Angela is a great dancer. She has won many trophies and medals. And this is me, I said, pointing to my picture in the family tree. I am René Collado Lainez. I am as hardworking as Abuelo René and as creative as Abuela Amelia. I can tell wonderful stories like Abuelo Julio and enjoy music like Abuelo Angela. If you call me René Collado only, the other half of my family disappears. After my presentation, I played Abuela Angela's music and everyone got up to dance. You have a wonderful name, a boy said. It's great to have two last names. Miss Soraya smiled and said, From now on, you'll be René Collado Lainez. Hooray, I said as I danced with my new friends. So we can see that family and his last names really mean a lot to him. That they really signify his dad's side of the family and his mom's side of the family. And I think we learned a lot about, different cultures and identity as well. Maybe you could talk to your family about what your last name means if they know, or you could talk about, your family tree. Maybe you can make one as a project while we're all at home and get to know your family just a little bit more. Thank you for reading with me. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you all again tomorrow with the Spanish version of this book. Bye-bye.